Well, hello everybody. Hi. My name is Alicia Renice and welcome to A Cozy. What is a cozy? It is a nook. It is a soft, safe place. It is a place where you feel safe and warm. I have some tea cooling off here. I have my water. I have wind chimes. I'm really excited. I think we're going to use this to transition for every part. You'll see later. Anyway, I got chimes. I have a soft and cozy blanket. It is so soft. I have the heating pad on beneath me. I have a heater, a space heater right in front of me. I just love cozy. Cozy is my favorite thing to be. I love feeling safe. I love feeling warm and protected. I'm wearing a huge hoodie. If I didn't have this on, I'd probably put the hood over it. I just love feeling safe. And I've been thinking a lot about my work and how we're always told, like, you got to put your best foot forward. Honestly, this is my best foot, right? Because this is me comfortable. This is me 90% of the time. Like 90% of the time I'm in the house, looking out the window, burning incense, watching cozy things on TV. There's like this cozy ambiance thing playing with the snow in the cabin, with my space heater and my journal. Where's my journal? Oh, it's behind me. Okay. And that also happens. Where are my things? So welcome to A Cozy. Yay. Happy January. Happy 2026. Happy birthday to all my January birthdays and Aquarians. I'm an Aquarius. My birthday was on Monday, but we had a snowstorm. So I am also a year older. I am officially 36. I feel amazing. I really feel like 35. The year 35 was the year that I became myself. Like, it was the year that I stood up for myself. It was the year that I stepped fully into all the parts of me. And I'm beginning to even love the parts that I was self-conscious about before, right? Being cozy, being messy. I'm a messy person. I am not organized, okay? I am not. And I'm tired of pretending that I am. I'm tired of having to keep up the facade that I am. This is me most of the time because I love retreating to my cozy place. And so I wanted to create a cozy place, a cozy video, right, on my channel, just to talk about things that have been bringing me joy, things I've been learning, to bring some coziness. So again, I think I said already, but I have my cup of tea. I'm waiting for it to cool down. I've been really burning my mouth lately with tea. I need to relax. Perfect. It's perfect. The perfect temperature. The perfect temperature for tea is, it's hot, but not scalding. Okay. It's hot. And when you drink it, your whole body warms. That's the best feeling in the whole wide world. So welcome to A Cozy. I hope that you have a cup of tea or something or whatever, a blanket, a plushie. Behind me, I have Wally and Eve. Eve from Wally, the movie. One of my favorite movies. One of my favorite romances. Makes me cry. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me tell you about the part that makes me cry. If you haven't seen the movie Wally, well, this isn't really a spoiler. Well, maybe it is. Anywho, so the part where Eve is looking back on her memories and she sees how Wally is like trying to make sure that she's okay and holding an umbrella for her and getting struck by lightning, all that scene makes me cry. Because she's like, oh, hands, Eve, like Wally's my friend. Anyway, but yes, I have Wally and Eve behind me and some pillows. Yay. So I'm gonna take a deep breath because I'm still nervous. I don't know, getting on camera, even though it's just me in the room, like no one is in here like threatening me, but I still feel nervous and I need to stop thinking about the outcome before the thing. I need to experience the moment. So let me get even cozier. Let me put this behind my back. All right. Yes. But today's cozy is brought to you by you lovely people. You people who watch, you people who subscribe, you people who like, even the people who dislike. That hurts my feelings. Not gonna lie. It doesn't hurt my feelings, but it bothers me. But also thank you for the engagement, I guess. And people who subscribe. Thank you so much for supporting me, believing in me. This is also brought to you by my patrons and members. So these are people who go above the subscription. And again, thank you to everyone who subscribes. That does wonders for me. But I am greatly appreciative of the folks who financially support me. So I thank you because y'all don't have to do that. There are a lot of things going on in the world. There are a lot of things that call for your attention and your money. And I'm really honored. I'm really honored and humbled that you would I don't know, believe in me enough to support me. And it really makes me feel not indebted. That's not the right word, but it makes me, not that I don't take my art seriously, but I want to make sure that I'm honoring you with the things. And shout out to y'all, because I don't even have like a lot of perks, but y'all are just like, yeah, why not? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And last but not least, okay, this is brought to you by Stephanie Perry and the Vacarians, excuse me. Stephanie Perry and the Vacarians are the folks who sponsored my sabbatical so that I could rest, I could slow down, I could have a cozy. I could cozy for months at a time. I could cozy right now with y'all. So shout out to them. Again, you all changed my life. There are so many things I want to share from the sabbatical, but I'm still chewing on it. I'm still letting it settle into my bones, and I'm trying to learn and apply what I've learned on my sabbatical in my real life, right? So that I don't just want to talk about a thing, I want to speak from experience. And so I'm really trying to learn how to slow down with ease. Like I feel like I'm all the way slow right now, which feels amazing. And I feel like I'm starting from scratch, but there's also this like distrust that I'm unlearning from myself because I don't want to burn myself out again. Right. And so me showing up like this is resistance, right? Me showing up in my full personhood right now is me pushing against those toxic thoughts of like, you have to be good enough. You have to be polished. You have to be insert thing here before you show up. You have to be whatever. It's like, no, me as in all of me, who I really am, even a cozy, right? Like this is also beautiful. This is also profitable, and maybe not profitable in terms of money, but profitable in terms of joy. You know what I'm saying? And that's worth it. So I'm really excited. All that to say, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Let's cozy. Okay. First things first. Yes. Okay. Shout out to my therapist. I forgot to say this. My therapist said to me in a therapy session, you get to be in pursuit. You get to be in pursuit of a cozy life. And when she said that to me, that was liberating, but also terrifying. And I mentioned this a little bit before in my vlog when I went to Shenandoah Valley. Thank y'all for watching that. I really appreciated that. I feel like I'm all over the place, but this is who I am. I'm so grateful that you all watched that video because I put my heart into it. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time while I was recording. I had a great time editing it, and I had a great time sharing it. It was like reliving it all over again. And shout out to Marissa Price. She commented something, forgive me if I'm butchering this, but she said, it reminds me of the old YouTube, right? And that's what I wanted to feel like. That's what I wanted it to feel like, slow. Okay, I don't have all these, like, I don't have, I don't have all those editing skills, and I don't necessarily want them. I want my vlogs and whatever I create to feel human. And in humanity, there are pauses, there are awkward silences, there are bad hair days, right? Like there are so many things that make humans beautiful, but we're editing it all out. Everything has to be a production. You know what I mean? When like, what I really want is like real life experiences and to share those experiences with you all, but it can feel like there is no market, put that in quotes, there is no market for it because everything is super polished. Everything is a whole production. And shout out to those who do it because I'm in awe of you, right? But I also enjoy the slow videos, the slow vlogs that feel like I'm back in 2010 again, you know? So in the earlier days of YouTube when people weren't trying so hard, you know what I mean? Like there was no, oh, I have to get them with a 30-second hook. There was none of that. There was none of this. There was creative innovation. There was human connection. There was really a sense of like YouTube, like you, right? Like YouTube. This is not even what I plan on talking about today. But there was a sense of like, you are the tube, you are the entertainment. Like your life is already beautiful, right? Take us along with you. People who made, shout out to Issa Rae, right? Starting for Awkward Black Girls on YouTube. I loved that series. And I loved how creative she could be with so little resources, right? It really like kind of blew open my mind for creativity and like, wow, people are so creative. Everyone's so creative, but in real life, like people are really creative. People are amazing, but it feels like now everything is so narrow. Everything has to fit a niche. Everything is so mechanical. And so, what is the word when it like assembly line, like a factory. And so I really appreciated that. That was one of my favorite compliments from that video. So thank you. Thank you, Marissa Price. Okay. All right. So I had a birthday. January 26th. That's my birthday. And I turned 36. I, I feel really good. I was thinking about how when I was younger, like I'm older than I know, I get it. Okay. I know 36 is not old, right? But when you live in America and when they're constantly pushing youth, like stay youthful, stay young and vibrant, right? Like you can feel at war with your body. You can feel at war with yourself because I don't look like I'm 15 anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't sound like I'm 15 anymore. I don't think like I'm 15 anymore. And all of those parts of me are beautiful, right? Every era of my life has been beautiful. And it's often not until that era is over that I can look back on it and say, wow, what an amazing life I lived. How beautiful was I? How stunning was I? And I'm stepping into myself fully now where I feel like I'm saying that to myself in the moment. I'm no longer waiting until 10 years from now to be like, wow, in my 30s, I was really beautiful. No, I'm looking at myself in the mirror today and be like, girl, you fine. You're gorgeous. I've been letting my hair grow and I didn't do nothing to it. I've been letting my hair grow and I've just been enjoying the journey of that, like not trying to style it, not trying to make it anything. I've really been enjoying seeing myself. Like, and I'm looking to this because there's a mirror here, but I've been really enjoying seeing myself and seeing myself fully and learning to appreciate her and not hide parts of her that I think aren't marketable, right? Not hide parts of her that I've been taught are not beautiful, i.e., oh, you can't have, you're supposed to have like, you know, baby hairs, whatever. Girl, I'm 36, okay? I'm 36, baby hairs. But no, I understand, like it's a style. I'm not poo-pooing the style. It's cute. But also like my naps, right? Like whatever this is, my adult hairs, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. I've been enjoying putting my hands in my hair and not worrying about what it looks like, but what it feels like. My hair is so soft and so curly. I have these parts that just spiral. I think that is so cool and they all grow together. I love that my hair loves each other. You know what I mean? I love that when I wash my hair, it's like a little mini fro and then I put the bonnet on and I wake up and it's all smushed to my head. I've been really enjoying that journey of just seeing myself and appreciating myself in the moment. And so that's one thing that I'm really proud of myself. I feel like at 36, I am Alicia. You know what I mean? For those in your 20s and even teens, if you're watching this, I'm gonna say tens, but I guess that works. If you're in your teens or 20s, it just gets better. And I'm not like, and I've heard this from women who are older than I am, right? And they give me hope. I love following older women who are living their lives and doing the daggone thing and starting whole new chapters in their lives because you realize everything they've been taught to us is a lie because they want us to fear growing older so that we make desperate decisions. Desperate decisions in who we marry, who we date, desperate decisions about everything, where we live, right? Because America wants to control women. Men get to age like it's nothing, right? But women, we got to stay young and whatever. No, I want to be 36. You know what I'm saying? My stomach is growling. I want to be, we're going to eat after this, I promise. I want to be 36. You know what I mean? Because like, I'm more confident than I was. Last year, listen, we'll get to that in a second. We might get to that in another episode. But last year was a doozy. And I'm just so daggone proud of myself, you know? So yeah, what did I write down? Birthday pressures. Oh yes. Also, so this weekend we had a snowstorm and I had plans and they got canceled and I was kind of bummed about that. But I kind of also enjoyed not doing anything at all. I think that sometimes I feel a lot of pressure on my birthday. Tell me if I'm alone in that. I feel pressure to do big things. Like this is the one day that I matter. And so I have to do something big to make it matter. I don't know. I know it's wrong, right? I know wrong. I know that it's externalizing everything, right? Because that's probably a message from somebody else. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of tea. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so I feel like I have to do like this big thing for my birthday. And it was kind of nice this year to not do anything and for the world to stop, right? For everything just to slow. And I really got to sit still for my birthday and I didn't do anything. When I say I didn't do anything, my bonnet was on all day and I loved it. I loved every moment of it. There was no performance. There was no pressure. It was just me. And, you know, I'm rescheduling birthday events because I do want to spend time with those that I love and those that are in the area that I love anyway. But it was just really nice to slow down and not do anything. Got to stretch out my legs. Long leg problems. Okay. So yeah, snowed in and I cozied. And that was the perfect entry to 2026, because I'm not hitting January. First of all, my new year, everybody's like, oh yeah, my new year is my birthday. January is still my birthday, but like I'm still not feeling pressured to rush into anything right now. This is fun to me, so I don't have a problem with doing this. But like, oh, hitting the ground with goals and stuff like that, I'm letting this year kind of take me where she wants to take me and trusting the step that I'm taking in the day, right? The daily steps that I take build up the year. And I want to make sure that I'm fully present in the moment to make the decisions that are not hurried, that are not scarce, that are not pressured. When I'm in the moment and I can breathe, right? When I'm not in danger, I can make some good decisions for myself. So yay. Yay. All right. Let's start this thing. Yay. All right. We got to figure out a way to end that because that was a little abrupt. All right. So our first segment is called Humans at Their Best. Yay. Now you may be asking, what is this about? So this is basically a redemptive exercise for humans, okay? Humans can be awful, okay? We are living under the subjugation and rule of some of the most awfulest, I know, whatever words, some of the most awfulest, horriblest people, right, on the planet. And it can really feel like humans can be a cancer on this earth. And in a lot of ways we can be, with our pollution, the way that we completely change ecosystems and without a care, right? But there are some beautiful things that I do love about humans when I step back and observe them as I would a flower. And I was telling Jamal this recently. I was like, I do look at humans, I do observe humans as I would a flower. Oh my gosh, look at the color, look at the stem, look at this, like they have specific scents, they have specific environments that they flourish on. Some people need more water, some people need less, and so I really enjoy looking at humans from that like outward lens, from like the outside looking in. But I do want to share, sorry, that's the T. I do want to share some things about humans that I really enjoy. Number one, I enjoy people wanting people to know about their birthday. I love that people want people to know it's their birthday. I love that they know they're important, even if just for one day. It's the innocent desire to want to be seen and recognized and loved. It's saying, excuse me, will you honor my existence? It's such a brave ask. It's such a brave act. So I love people being like, it's my birthday today. Like I love when I'm just out minding my business and somebody has like a happy birthday button or a happy birthday sash or a happy birthday headband. I'm like, what will this be called? Crown, headband. I love that. It's like for one day humans know you have to pay attention to me. You have to be nice to me. It's also recognizing like the sanctity of their birth, right? Like how sacred it is that they're alive and that they're here to celebrate another year. Again, talking about this like growing older concept and whatever the heck that means for capitalism, because that's what it's really about. Because they want you to buy the anti-aging products. They want you to feel like you have somehow expired out of being, relevant in life, right? But in real life, we should be honoring those who are turning older. We should be honoring our elders. We should be honoring the people who have given us their wisdom and their support, right? Like it's such a backwards world that we live in. It's like inside we know, like we inherently know that it's a blessing to gain another year. We know that. Celebrate me. That's a big deal. You don't even know what I went through last year. You feel me? Like stuff like that. But we're so quick to buy into this idea that the older we get, the less valuable we become. I see it as the opposite way. And I don't mean value as in like money. Money is so cheap. I'm so tired of talking about money. I really am. I really am. Money makes people compromise and money is so cheap. Anyway, we'll have a conversation about that later, I'm sure, because I have thoughts. Hello, bird. There are birds flying outside my window. Also, I love to see the birds on the backdrop with the snow. So like cardinals, especially. Oh, the red cardinals. They're so pretty. Okay. But yes, every year you gain is worthy of celebration. And yes, your entrance into this life was worthy of celebration. And so I know everybody don't celebrate birthdays, but I do love the human being thing that for this day, if only this day, I matter. I matter. Something that kind of roots them to their humanity. I love that. All right. So it was my birthday. Yay. Thank you for the birthday wishes, by the way. I appreciate it. Okay. Human things I enjoy. Seeing someone you haven't seen in a while. The joy and safety you feel. For a moment, they feel like home. They travel to joyful places with you. I'm thinking specifically about, I visited my friend, Leslie. Shout out to Leslie. I went to go visit her in California, and I hadn't seen her in years. And me and Jamal drove across the country, so we had been through all these states. And she had offered to let us stay with her in San Francisco. And so we stayed with her, and I was not prepared for this, but when I saw her, I was so happy. I just started weeping. The tears were just like, I just started bawling. Even now thinking about it, I want to cry. But it was a feeling of like, I forgot how much I missed you. I really love you so much. Like it's you're overwhelmed with emotion and with the cozy, right? This is one of my safe places. Like a lot of my friends are my home. You feel me? And we find home in the places in people that we love. Obviously you have a home, right? But you also have homes with people that you love. And the safety, the love that she made me feel was amazing. Last year, a month ago, I got to see one of my friends, Denise. I love you, Denise. And she just had a baby. And so it was so beautiful to see my friend. And I was just so happy. Oh, why am I crying now? But I was just so happy. Happy to see baby girl Earthside. Happy that my friend made it through. You know what I'm saying? Especially with what's going on. With what's going on in the world, specifically around women and reproductive health and rights. And I'm just so happy. I was just so happy to see my girls. So anyway, yeah, so seeing a friend after a while is just such a, like a deep sigh. It's like, this feels good and bittersweet and safe all at the same time. So yes. Woo. Okay. Yes. When two people start talking at the same time and they both stop to be polite and generous, then they both start again and they laugh. I love when that happens. That happens so often. Like, when you'll be talking like, oh, sorry, go ahead. Okay. And then the other person will say, no, go ahead. Then you start talking and the other person starts talking at the same time and you laugh. I love that. I'm a human that enjoys human interaction. I love human interaction. I think it's so beautiful when it's sincere and when it's kind. I love just the things that make us human. Like I don't want to step on your toes. I have something important to say, but please, please. It reminds me of are those mice? There was a cartoon from Looney Tunes and they were like super, super polite. No, please, you first. No, you first. No, you first. Anyway, so I cannot think of their names, but y'all know what I'm talking about if you watch the Looney Tunes. Either way. I really love that. I think that's so sweet and so sincere and so almost like childlike. Like, oh, look at us laughing. Like we're both laughing because like we're trying to be polite, and in being polite and being sincere, we end up talking over each other. I just find that so funny. It's funny. I love when people ask, "You want some?" or "Here, try it." When they want to share an experience with someone else, or they want to share their wealth and their joy. First of all, I love sharing food. I love sharing. It's a love language for me. I want you to experience what I'm experiencing. And also like, you can have whatever you want. Whenever we go to restaurants or whatever, like, yeah, y'all can have, if I order a dish or something, have some. Like, I love sharing. Like, that's the whole point. Like, yes, we're here to eat, but we're here to experience it together. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about consuming. It's about communing, right? And for me, sharing food is such a holy thing. Like sharing food with people, sharing sustenance, sharing an experience. It's such a holy act. It's spiritual to me. So yeah, when people say, "Here, try some," like that's so loving. Like, hey, I want you to experience the joy, the excitement, the spiciness, whatever you're tasting or drinking, that I'm experiencing, and I want to share that experience with you. Like we realize that it's not about the stuff. It's not about the dish. It's about being able to share an experience with each other and hold on to that experience and revisit that experience again at a later time, because you'll both be talking about how good that cornbread was at that restaurant. And I was talking specifically at a restaurant we went to for my friend Marcus. Marcus's birthday is in January as well. Happy birthday, Marcus. So we went out to a brunch for his birthday. And at the brunch place, there was this cornbread that was just so good. And I ordered some for the table and we all ate it. And we still talk about that. Okay, the bread was good. The cornbread was delicious. Okay, so another thing I love that humans do is when people chip in for others. Example, We all order food and someone didn't get their order, or their order is wrong, or something is missing. Everyone immediately says, here, you can have, right? I love that. That is, I was going to say cooperative economics, but that is mutual aid even, right? It's such a small example of like what we can do. When we see someone, it talks about our hearts. When we see someone lacking, here, have some of my whatever. You can have some of my whatever. Or even if that person doesn't have money. I've done this. We've done this so much in our friend circle, right? Somebody doesn't have money. We pay for the person. It's fine, because we don't want money to be the thing that keeps you from community. We don't want money to be the thing that keeps you from eating, right? Because that's silly. To allow money to be the thing that keeps you from eating is silly. And that's not going to happen on my watch. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of more human things. Yes, okay. Humans at their best. I love kind interactions between folks online. It's so refreshing. Honestly, and the example I have, this is from January 17th. The example I have is someone asked a question about oxalates and was freaking out in a Reddit thread. The person told the person that it'd be okay. And the guy said, whew, thank you. And the guy said in response, you're welcome. It was so sweet. It was so sweet and so sincere. Like, he wasn't offering information to be a smartass. He wasn't offering information to be condescending or to look cool or whatever. There was somebody in crisis who was freaking out about what they were eating. Oxalates, you got to look that up. Okay, you got to look that up. All I know is that eating too many oxalates can give some people kidney stones. And like, they're almost like they're mineral rich things. So like, you don't want to eat too many of it because it's hard on your body. Again, I'm not a nutritionist. I only deep dived a little bit. So go talk to them. But the person was worried that it was going to give them kidney stones or something like that. So the person basically told them in response, you're fine. You didn't eat that much. And the person in response was like, thank you. And the guy literally was like, you're welcome. And that was just so kind. And it really speaks to like how awful the internet has become. Like, if that's my, oh, humans are so cute, right? Then the bar is in hell, like in all honesty, which is awful. But I'm so used to getting online and seeing people argue and fight and debate and be cruel and it's just exhausting. Like, y'all not tired? Y'all not tired of fighting? Y'all not tired of squabbling every day? Like, there's some people putting up the good fight. I'm not talking about y'all, right? There's good fight and there's just nonsense. And there's just so much nonsense and noise online. Just people being cruel. Like, the apathy in folks is just gone. I mean, it's just there. Like, the care, the concern, the consideration is gone. The apathy is the thing that is the most celebrated online and in online spaces. Like, people say stuff like, oh, are you angry? You're just mad. You're emotional. Yeah, I'm a human. Why wouldn't I be emotional that we're talking about harm? Why would I not be emotional that you're insulting me? Like, the internet spaces can be so abusive, and we expect people to act as our punching bags and our abuse victims, meaning they can't defend themselves. Someone's going to be upset if you call them names. That's tale as old as time. That's literally what we learn in grade school, in elementary school, in preschool, at your house. Treat people how you want to be treated. You wouldn't like nobody if they hit you, would you? No. Okay, then. We all got that lesson. So like, what it's really showing is that people are really enjoying being cruel and harmful to one another. And it really is, it's really, deflating is not the word I want to use. It is discouraging. Because I know we're better than this. And it's like, it's so cheap. It's so easy to be cruel. It takes no smarts, no wisdom, no practice. Like, it's very easy to pull from your hip. You feel me? Like, anyway. So I love when people are kind to each other on the internet. I also love people when they come into chat rooms. I wrote this down earlier, but I can't find it. But I love when people come into chat rooms and they greet everybody. I think that is so sweet. Or when they say, all right, y'all, bye. It's almost like they're walking into the room and everybody's already in here having a conversation and like, hey, and then people wave to each other in the chat. I used to love doing that, like going in chat rooms and saying hi and tagging everybody, and like, because I want people to know that they're seen and they're valued, right? I'm so happy to see you. I haven't seen you here in a couple of weeks. Is everything good? Like, it's so beautiful and it's so sincere. So that's all I have today for humans at their best. Those are kind of beautiful to me. So humans, keep doing the beautiful human things. And yeah, let's go on to the next section. So we're going to clean with some. what even is our next segment? Our next segment is, I love, this is, can you tell, this is my favorite part. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and I wanted to do the chimes. That's all I knew. I was like, I have to bring in the chimes. So that's why they're here. All right. Yay. Okay, so things I've been enjoying lately. That's our next segment. Let me take a sip of my tea. Thank you, chimes. You're amazing. You're so tingly and sparkly. Mm-hmm. Hello, bird. This bird, I think it's a crow. Crows are smart, fascinating creatures. All right. So, things I've been enjoying lately. Hot tea. Hot tea, cozy in my hands in the morning. It warms my soul. It's slow and meditative. I've also been enjoying drinking tea after I eat. Yeah, that's been a new thing. I've been enjoying, maybe because we're in winter, but I've been really enjoying eating my food and then drinking hot tea after that. It's satisfying in a way that like drinking, water is not. And it's not about the flavor. It's about the sensation. It just feels better. And the food just feels better going down, So I've been really enjoying myself with that. Speaking of teas, the teas I've been enjoying, the teas I have been enjoying lately are blueberry lemon, spearmint, ginger, and there's one called like immunity stress. Hold on, let me see if I can get it from the kitchen. Hold on. Okay. Put this blanket back. Blanket. Thank you, heating pad. All right. Okay. So this is the tea I'm talking about. It's elderberry, lemon balm, immune, and stress with, what does that say? Either way, it has ashwagandha for support, for stress support. But yeah, it's pretty good. It tastes good and it helps me to, it just feels good. It just feels really good. I don't know if the herbs really, are doing the thing, but I feel less stressed. But I think it's also the act of making tea. It's the act of pausing, and it's the act of being present and drinking it and feeling it and smelling it and like letting it warm you and like the taste, it's all the things. So sorry, tummy, we're going to eat in a second, but it's all the things. So yes, I've been really enjoying those teas. And I also made a cool tea, like a sweet tea, and it is hibiscus, rose hips, spearmint, honey, and hot water. Let me tell y'all something. That thing is good. I literally bought some like organic hibiscus, rose hips, and spearmint, put it all in a mason jar, pour hot tea in it, let it sit, and then I what is the word? Strain it. I was like, strain? That's not it. I was like, strain? No. Strain it. Strain the tea and the herbs from the liquid, let it cool, add some honey and hot water at the bottom, right? And then pour the tea in there, let it sit, stir it up. And if you want, add some lemon. It's so good. It's so refreshing. And I drink it cool. So it's very nice. I've been trying to figure out what to drink instead of like sugary things. Cause I love a Munday. It's like an apple soda that I found in Mexico. And then I found here at a local store. But yes. So yes. 2. I've been enjoying quiet, slow, lazy, and cozy mornings, taking my time and moving with winter. In winter, it is cold. The sun gets up so late. I just don't be having it. I don't have it. So I've been really enjoying going slow in my mornings, taking my time, having the hot tea, right? Just taking my time. Because what is the rush, right? Like there is no rush. I really wish that we could move with the seasons because, as I said in my last video, like winter is a time to pause. It's a time to go slow. It's a time to go in. It's a time to stop. Snow is supposed to make you stop. We're like, no, must plow the snow. Must go to work tomorrow, And obviously I'm not talking about like, doctors, those kinds of people that need to be at their job to do their job. But it's just so silly, like how busy we all are and how much doing we do. So winter has been teaching me, as she teaches me every year, to sit down somewhere, to sit down, be still, stay warm, stay cozy, drink hot tea, right? Spend time with those that you love, that kind of stuff. Like just more cozy, introverted things, It's been really, really nice. Another thing I've been enjoying is burning incense. So I go to this, this metaphysical shop to get some incense because they're some of my favorite. And some of my favorite scents right now are palo and myrrh, like together. It's artisan and it's amazing. Palo and myrrh, it's burning right now. Eucalyptus, that's been really good. And Palo Santo by itself. Lately, I've been really enjoying the earth and herby scents, and it smells so good. It's almost comforting like a campfire. And I think that's why I've been really enjoying it during these colder seasons. It's cozy and warm. So like, you can't see, but I have a collection of incense over there, and I have scents like mango passion and honeysuckle. And that honeysuckle is really good, by the way. It's very sweet. Other things like that, lavender. And so it's been really, really good. Palo Rose I got into recently. I really enjoy that together. It's so good. But I've been really enjoying like the campfire kind of scents. So I've been really enjoying those incense. Okay. Number 4, waking up and watching cozy YouTubers. So I've been really enjoying waking up and watching travel vlog videos because, as I said in my last vlog, I miss RVing. I miss car camping, right? And so even though I'm not doing it right now in this moment, I can watch people doing it and they bring the views to me. Like I can enjoy their creation and feel like I'm there. And so I want to shout out a Black woman who I've been really, really enjoying following. Her name is Outdoorsy by Nature. Shout out to you. I've been really enjoying your vlogs. The one specifically, if she watches this, I hope she watches this, but either way, the one specifically of you going to the sand dunes in Colorado, that's been on repeat over and over and over again. It's just so gentle and calm. And when she's in her vlog, it's not a lot of things going on. It's about her journey to recovery from long COVID and things like that. Like she's walking and giving her experience. It's just very slow and meditative and gentle. And so I really appreciate you for making those vlogs. Shout out to Outdoorsy by Nature. I'll put her link to her video and her channel below. So shout out to Black women. Shout out to Black women. Shout out to Outdoorsy by Nature. I'm so grateful for you. Okay, number 5, hot baths. Long hot baths with Epsom salt, low light, meditative music, and my thoughts. So I literally pour a bath. And so yes, I'm tall and my knees be sticking out the bathtub. I can't have both my torso and my bottom half, right, in the water at the same time. But, you know, I make do with what I can do, right? So I pour a bath, put in some Epsom salt. I have a diffuser that has low light like a candle. And I have like fake candles. So I turn those on as well if I want to make like super, super fancy ambiance. And I sit in the tub and it's hot. I be sweating. I put on meditative music, right? I'm wiping my face. But I feel good and it makes me stop. And submerging my body in the hot water feels so good. Every time I get in that water, I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. This feels so good. I don't know what it is about winter, but I be feeling cold to my bones. It don't matter if the heat is on. It's like my body knows it's winter out there, you know? So taking time for myself in that way has been really, really enjoyable. Okay, number 6. Keeping company with the souls and spirits of Black women, artists, creators, speakers, period. When I am in here and I need background noise, I put on videos of Black women going live. I put on videos of Black women RVing or car camping. I put on videos of Black women going fishing, Black women, Black women doing readings, Black women, like, I love Black women and I love being in the presence of Black women. It's just something comforting, something safe. Some names I wrote down. Krishan White from Black Sit Global. I'm in a Discord with some amazing women. Yeah, like, and what I really want to do, I really want to have a segment, like I shouted out Outdoorsy by Nature, for Black women YouTubers, because they really are doing the things. They're out here doing the things. And unfortunately, because of algorithms and all this other stuff, I really do believe, I don't have any evidence of this, but I have vibes. You know what I mean? I really do believe that it's not a coincidence that 300,000 plus Black women lost their jobs and some Black women creators are struggling. I see this feels same. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're not going to be able to make money in the professional sector, like, you know, at a job in the government, whatever. And they're also not going to be able to make money on platforms like YouTube and stuff like that. That's what it feels like to me. Again, I don't have any truth to that, but I really want us to start like uplifting other Black women creators because they're out here doing a thing and they need support. So yeah. So this week or this episode, whatever. I don't know how often this is gonna come out, but I want to shout out Outdoorsy by Nature, travel vlogger, van lifer. She drives her van back and forth between Texas and Colorado. So when she's in Colorado, she shows beautiful sights of places that she's hiking, and it's accessible, right? It's talking about healing again from long-term illness. It's just really refreshing and really nice. So I really appreciate you sharing that with us. Okay. Number 7, my little space heater. I'm about to turn this thing on. It keeps me cozy and warm, and it warms and fills space. It's such a good space heater. Space heater, thank you so much. You did that. Hold on, let me see if I can show y'all. This is my space heater. It sits on the floor with me. I turn it on, and she keep me warm. She keep me right. So thank you, space heater. Where I live, the windows are not as, how can I say, eco-friendly. Is that the word I'm going to use? Whatever it means when it says like it's insulated, it's not. So, it can get pretty drafty in here sometimes. We do our best to try to mitigate the cold, closing the windows and stuff like that. But the space heater is keeping me nice and toasty. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you too, heat. Thank you. I turned down the heat right now because you wouldn't be able to, well, you might be able to hear me, but it'll still be a loud noise. But if it gets cold, I'm gonna turn on the heat. Okay. Number 8, my plants. I have a piece. Oh, yes. Okay, let me show you this. So I have been afraid to grow anything because historically speaking, I have not had the greenest of thumbs. Okay. I have not had the greenest of thumbs. However, my mother gave me a cutting of my brother's cutting, of my uncle's cutting, of my grandmother's cutting, who is no longer with us. So I have a little baby of her baby. Like I have one of my grandmother's babies. And look, y'all, look, I almost want to cry. And I have cried. It's like I have a piece of my grandmother with me. And I feel like when I'm caring for her, like I get to talk to her in a way. I get to commune with her and her babies who knew her. You know what I mean? Like there's memory of my grandmother in here. So I have a lot of plants around the house now that I repotted. I think I got to add some more soil to this though. But she's doing great. I haven't named her yet. I'm so happy. I already have a plant in my kitchen named Grandma. So I got to figure out a different name. And she came with 2 other cuttings and I put them in, it's not here right now, but I put them in a smaller vase, and it seemed like it was starting to root rot. And I said, oh, absolutely not. So I put those babies in a propagating container and they're doing good. They're growing shoots and they're growing roots and stuff like that. So yeah, what else was I going to say about the cuttings? I don't know. I don't like when they bend. I know they get so long, but whenever I put water in them, that's what I was going to say. Whenever I put water in them, like these things grow overnight. Okay. Like, I don't know if you can see, these are all little baby shoots, all at the base, all at the bottom. They're all baby shoots. So she be getting big. I feel like I wake up in the morning, I'm like, you're longer than you were last night. And then when I water them, they turn super rich green and they get stronger. So this is bent right now, but it'll straighten out later. But one thing I learned is that these actually like to be pot bound a little bit. They don't like a lot of space. So when I plant the new babies together, I'll plant them together and I'll plant them close to each other because I think they love community and they need to feel like, oh, I'm not in here by myself. And the fact that plants communicate with each other, I guess it is like if they are alone, who are they talking to? Please, I don't want you to bend and break. But let me put her back down. But thank you, Grandma. I literally asked my grandmother for help. I was like, Grandma, you got to help me because I cannot have her plants dying on me. So I'm so grateful. So yeah, so my plants have been keeping me really, really happy. Oh yeah, I have 2 pinkies. I call them pinkies. They are philodendron pink princesses, and they're so pretty, and they're having little babies. So like my plants are happy, y'all. My plants are happy. I have snake plants. They're growing little babies because I can't tell if snake plants are growing or not. I can't. But mommy gave me some. So I have snake plants in my home at my mom's house. And so she gave me some babies of my babies. So I have these babies at my apartment now. And they're happy. They look happy. I think they're happy, and I think they're growing, and they're growing like little babies. So I'm excited. I feel good. I feel like something is healing within me because I had so much anxiety. I couldn't keep a succulent alive to save my life, y'all. And I was just like, absolutely not. Like the women I come from who work with plants and work the earth, this is unacceptable. So I'm really excited about that. Like, and so now I'm on this kick and I want to go buy plants all the time. And Jamal's like, 1 plant at a time. Because I get really sad if they don't live. Oh, I also have a hydroponic garden that I'm growing. And in the garden, already sprouted our calendula, basil, lavender and peppermint. They were kind of late. But what was the third one? shapes. Oh man. Oh, dill. Dill. So I've been growing some of that in the hydroponic garden, and they're so big and tall. I'll probably share that with y'all later on, but I got babies. I got plant babies and they're doing happy. Also, I did not know that for a hydroponic system, you can't grow all the seeds you plant. Like when they sprout, you got to pick one. I don't want to pick one. So now I think I'm going to put those seedlings, those sprouts in separate containers because I don't want them to just die. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you eat sprouted basil? I don't know. Anywho, I'm happy. Number 9, hermiting, hibernating for winter, being withdrawn, going deep within my soul, being quiet, being buried, tucking away and being with myself. 11, being bravely honest, journaling, dreaming and being. I've been writing passionately, bravely and honestly. I love it. I've been messy, honest and open. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about earlier is like, I've been so afraid of being messy or unorganized or being seen trying or being imperfect, right? And that got in the way of me doing what actually makes me happy. And I love that I'm giving myself space to be bravely honest, even if folks don't like it. I think that we do a lot of saying that we like people to be honest, but we don't like people to be honest. We don't like honest people. We don't like truth tellers. We don't like people that ruffle our feathers. We don't like people making us uncomfortable with where we've found our comfort in. And so like, I've been really discouraged from telling the truth. But even if I'm journaling it to myself, I love telling myself the truth. I love being honest. It feels so good to be honest, you know? Okay. 12, my green headphones. They're in the bathroom. My green headphones. I love them and feel cozy, warm, and isolated and secure. Like I have all of myself with me. I'm grateful. So my headphones, I took them off in the bathroom, put them on the whatever. But I have these green headphones that I be wearing. I wore them at the winery. They make me feel safe. They make me feel cozy. They make me feel like all of myself is here and not out there where I can feel overexposed and like, there's a lot of visual noise, a lot of like audible noise, and just like people in general carry weird energy sometimes. And so like when I have my headphones on, it's like I'm in my own world. You know, I'm in my own world. I'm happy. The next one. Yes. Crazy as Hell, the book. Hold on. So I have not finished this. Sorry, tummy. I have not finished this, but Crazy as Hell, the best little guide to Black history, right? So, I just love it because it starts off with saying like, as Black folks, you were already seen as crazy, right? But it also talks about how folks, utilize like, oh, since you think I'm crazy anyway, and crazy, right? Crazy as hell is like a phrase that Black folks, you know what we be saying, but crazy as hell applies to different things, right? That's crazy as hell, like certain things. But I love that they have different versions and different meanings. So they talk about the inmate. They talk about, the rebel and how rebels are seen as crazy as hell, like Nat Turner, right? And these are people that we look back on like in adoration. But at the time, they were persecuted for that, you know, for their craziness, their crazy ideas. The runaway, right? Harriet Tubman. There was literally an illness called drapetomania, right? And it was proposed by Dr. Samuel A. Cartwright in 1851. And the purpose was to serve as pro-slavery propaganda to justify bondage by pathologizing resistance. Literally saying that you're crazy as hell for wanting to escape your enslaver. So yeah, so I love that. I love this book. I'm still getting started. I'm still in the very beginnings. It's a heavy book. It's hefty and it's hard to read through some of this stuff. But like, let's see. I will read you Harriet Tubman. I will read you. All right. Given what we know about slavery, anyone who ever escaped from the grip of the slaveholding South had to be crazy as hell to ever risk going back. But not only did Harriet Tubman go back south, she did it at least 19 times. Yeah, that's crazy as hell. So like talking about things like that, right? Sometimes she even used insanity as a disguise. She dressed in a raggedy hooded garment to appear like a mentally impaired man. She spoke in tongues and acted like an old woman chasing a chicken. And everybody knows that when you see an old woman chasing a chicken, you just got to let her keep doing what she's doing. So even her appearance of insanity kept her safe. Again, great book, recommend. I'm still getting through it, but so far so good. Okay. So yeah, so the book, I said, it destigmatizes and changes your perspective of crazy, or your definition. Yeah, and it showed how our ancestors jumped off boats into the ocean. They ain't crazy. The oppression was. That's what they were escaping, right? So yeah. So those are the things that I've been enjoying lately. And I want to share, this is kind of off topic, but a good memory of what I meant to share last fall. There was a couple smoking weed while fishing at the park under the shade of the trees on a Monday. And that felt so good to me to witness. They were just sitting in their chairs, enjoying themselves, okay? And fishing on a Monday. And that just felt like liberation. It just felt like freedom. It felt like fun. It felt like they didn't have a worry or care in the world. And I love that for them. I love that for them. Another good memory I had of the fall were the trees towering over me, creating a canopy. It feels right. Like this is how it's supposed to be. There's so much abundance and healing and peace there. I love walking under a canopy of trees. It just makes me feel so covered and seen and safe. It's a magical, spiritual experience to be covered by trees and dappled, and bathed in dappled sunlight. You know what I mean? It feels so good. It feels like this is how it's always supposed to be. So yes, anyway. Yes, okay. All right, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? Yeah. Ooh, okay. We are changing. People are honking. We are changing to a different segment of the show. What music has been moving me lately? All right, here we go. Number one for the soul is That's the Way of the World by Earth, Wind, and Fire. On my Patreon, I did a podcast about that song. If you want to listen to it, check it out on Patreon. But that song has been keeping me sane. One night I was just listening to that song over and over and over again. The lyrics are affirming and they're encouraging, right? And I've been really, really trying, as I talked about in the podcast on Patreon, to not let my heart grow cold, because it's really easy for your heart to wax cold, especially now. It's really easy to be like, forget it. Because y'all mean as I don't know what. Y'all mean and mean and mean. You know what I mean? Y'all mean and meanest and meaner. Like, no, I don't want to keep showing up for mean people. I don't want to keep getting close to people and they break my heart. I don't want to keep doing that. I want to stay home. I want to stay home in my cozy and watch the birds play and watch the squirrels play and watch the snow fall. I want to mind my business. But I also love creating. I also love sharing. And it's... And I also do love people, and I have to go back. Don't let this world turn your heart cold. So the lyrics, that's the way of the world. Plant your flower and you grow a pearl. Child is born with a heart of gold. The weight of the world makes his heart turn cold. And so basically that song is like a meditation and a reminder to stay human. Stay human, Alicia. Stay here. Stay human. Stay human. Stay soft. Stay sensitive. Stay kind, right? It profits you much to be kind. It profits you much to stay alive, to stay human. So that's the song that's been really nurturing my soul. Is Earth, Wind, and Fire's The Way of the World. And I put the song below, okay? Now the body. What's been moving my body? Let me take a sip of tea before I say this one, because I need to explain. Okay. The song that has been moving my body lately is Yin Yang Twins, Whistle While You Twerk, Collar Park mix, specifically. And you know what's interesting? Whistle while you twerk, dun, 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 dun. I always hated that part. It's like, enough. Get to the juice. And so what I love about that song, first of all, there's so many things I love about this song. And I'm going to put it below. Put on your adult ears, okay? These have adult language, adult themes, all the things, nudity. But yeah, so Whistle While You Twerk, the production is genius. If you just sit and listen to the song, how's it start? Dun, 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 There's so many things happening in that song. Dun, and then it goes to the next verse, and then you hear strings, even if it's synth, right? But it's synth strings. Let me play a little bit. Everybody in the club. Whistle while you twerk. Whistle while, okay, twerk. So you got this part down. Then so you go from dun 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 to then it goes to the next. Then it goes to the next part of the verse, and it gets stronger. Dun 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 dun. It's amazing. I get caught up on it. It's such a fun song, and it's so danceable and movable. And I know. Okay, so production. That song, the layers to that song. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And it's like, it's so rideable, right? The beat is so rideable. And then it, where the dun, 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 dun. Anyway, love it. I love music. And so I love that. I love the way that the song is danceable. It's rideable. It's just like, it's like a train that doesn't stop. And even the parts where they say, everybody in the club, know what's up, nah, whistle while you twerk. It's a little pause just to get ready for the next set, right? Anyway, I put my headphones on and I listen to that song and I'm just in a different world, okay? You can't tell me nothing. Another thing I like about the song is it celebrates women in sex work. It celebrates women in sex work. And I feel like as a woman, as a Black woman, in order to enjoy music and art and media, you have to look past a lot of misogyny, a lot of racism, a lot of misogynoir, right? Just passively, like what? Drive-by misogynoir all the time. And so yes, obviously there is language in here that I'm not necessarily a fan of men calling, right? Women. I.e., I hate women call women the B word. I hate it. There's no reason why you should. It's also not your word. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you, it's like white people saying the N-word. Why? Why do you want to, anyway, so going back, pulling it back a little bit. I love the celebration of women. I love the celebration of women's bodies. I love the celebration of women's freedom. I love the celebration of women. And even in the song, there are parts of the song where he's like, basically respect them, right? If you don't come with nothing less than a dub, or she looking at you like a scrub, right? Like, or the men want to come and touch but don't want to pay a dime, like respect them, like forget them men, like forget those men, girl, do your thing. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like it's just such a good time. And I love that he shouted out clubs. I'm not from Atlanta, but I love that he shouted out clubs that I'm guessing are from Atlanta. And because sex work is work. Women are gorgeous. And pole dancing, all this, that takes talent and strength and skill. Okay. And skill. And it also takes skill to deal with those kind of men. The men who don't respect boundaries, right? Like, and these women uphold everybody else. And it's a shame that we look down on them. I don't like that. So I love that song. It feels free. It feels fun. But go read the lyrics. Again, you gotta filter through the misogynoir. You gotta filter through the name calling, all the objectification, all of that, right? And also when you really look at those lyrics, it's like, what am I trying to say? It's like, I take it as a celebration of women. Like she did that thing. Look at her dance. Yes. But anyway, again, adult themes, adult language. Listen to the edited version if that's better for you. Okay. Spirit. Okay. The song that has been moving my spirit is BB King, The Thrill Is Gone. Thrill is gone. I fell into a blues rabbit hole on YouTube and I just kept watching video after video after video. Big Mama Thornton, like just watching Black magic, watching Black excellence. Like, and I love blues because it does move the soul. When you see them playing their instruments and the guitar singing and they're singing along with it, and how the guitar and the instrument is taking them into a different realm almost. And it's so interesting because blues, obviously, like all Black music comes from gospel, but like, and then from work songs, slave songs, that kind of thing. We'll get into that a different time. We can talk about musicology. Anyway, so Blues was on Saturday night. Gospel was on Sunday morning. And both of those genres of music take you to a place that is spiritual. They take you away from here, where you can dance with your sorrow and in your pain, where there is no shame. On Sunday morning, you can dance around the church, right? It's the same thing that moves your spirit, that moves your spirit in gospel. It moves your spirit in blues. So I've been really enjoying listening to blues lately. Some blues artists I recommend, again, Big Mama Thornton. Etta James, she feels very bluesy to me. Even her live performances are very bluesy to me. I really enjoy Howlin' Wolf. I love the texture of his voice, specifically Smokestack Lightning. But this song, I recommend BB King's Thrill Is Gone. And let YouTube, if you watch it on YouTube, watch a live performance of him singing. The way that he's singing and just communicating the message of the song, it's like I believe him. And I love music that sounds believable. And that's how I feel like a lot of blues singers sing. They sing like they've been through some things. They sing like they really, even though they're singing the same line over and over again, it's sung with different passion, different understanding, different meaning each time. And it hits you in the gut. So anyway, I've been really enjoying that. It's otherworldly. That's what I wrote down. Blues music, like gospel music, like anything spiritual Black people do, like everything Black people do is otherworldly. So yeah. All right. Yay. Okay, so we're making our way through. I'm going to do the Tinkies again because we're about to change into a different segment. Yay. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun too. I'm going to take a sip of tea. Thank you, Wind Chimes. Thank you so much. A spot of tea. Ooh, it's a little cold now, but still good. All right, number 6. Oh, sorry, the next segment. Excuse me. Your body loves you. Your body loves you. When I tell you that your body is amazing, okay? Your body loves you. Your body spends all of its effort, all of its time trying to keep you well, trying to help you breathe, help you function, trying to keep you safe. Your body is a sacred being that loves you, that loves you. When you're in a place where somebody makes you feel a way and you get angry and your blood pressure rises and that fight or flight kicks in, your body loves you because it wants to protect you. It wants to fight for you. You know what I mean? And so I really enjoy, again, looking at things, everything's spiritual to me. Sorry. Everything is spiritual to me. And I want to talk about our fingers and our toes. You know, when you're in the tub or a hot tub or the pool or the ocean or anywhere where there's water and you're in there for a long time and how your fingers and your toes get pruny, right? And they're like, oh, it's time to go. Like they look very pruny. And I took a bath this morning, so my fingers are still kind of pruny. But guess why your fingers and toes become pruny? I'll give you 2 seconds while I get my notes. Number 1, your fingers and toes get pruny to help you improve your grip on wet or submerged objects. Isn't that cool? You're like X-Men, right? a very lower level, what is his name? Darwin from X-Men. Who died in Who died in X-Men even though he's Darwin and he can adapt to all things? What are we talking about? Anyway, so just like your fingers and your toes, they become pruny because they want you to be able to grip whatever you're gripping in the water. They also want you to not be able to slip and fall. Your hands are assuming if it's wet, it's probably slippery and dangerous in there. So if you have to grab something to get out, if you have to grab something in the water, like a fish or like a stone or something else, right, that you have more grip on the thing. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that kind? I think that is so nice that our bodies are literally equipped to handle everything. Like, that is so generous. And so when you get those prunes, like the grooves in it also help channel water drain, to help drain water away from your hands so it doesn't pool or stay somewhere. Somebody has a dog and I hear it barking. Anyway, you have pruny fingers and toes to basically keep you alive and keep you safe. Isn't that nice? And to help you with materials and holding on to things. That's so nice. So yes, your body is a wonderland. Shout out to John Mayer. And your body loves you. Your body loves you. Your body is so smart. Your body is an amazing artwork. Your body is like, I don't want to say machine because it's not a machine, right? But it is a living, breathing thing. It's a living, breathing being, not thing. It's a living, breathing being that lives with you, right? Like it helps animate you and it homes you, but it also fights to keep you safe all the time. Well, we're not even understanding what's happening. I remember my hands getting pruny as a kid and my mom being like, okay, it's time to get out, right? And you should get out because you shouldn't submerge your body in the water for too long. That can have negative effects on you. But like, I never understood why I had pruny hands and fingers. And now every time I see my fingers pruning, it's a sign of them loving and caring for me. What a beautiful thing. All right. So next time you see prunes on your fingers and toes, say thank you. And I love you. And it's probably time to get out. All right, let's go on to the last segment of the cozy. All right. Let me take one more sip of tea before we start and finish. There was a story that went viral about a cow who found a brush to scratch themselves, and like scientists are freaking out because, oh my God, we never knew that cows could use tools like that. They're smarter than we thought they were. Yeah, most animals are smarter than what you think they are. Okay, like this is nothing. Like when I saw that news report, I was like, humans are so arrogant, and it makes them foolish to think that a mammal wouldn't know how to scratch itself. Like I don't know. And it's almost like because the cow is using tools, they're saying, oh, they're smart like us because we use tools. Or cows are smart like them. Just because they're not human thinking, right? Just because they don't have human minds or human things about them, right? We humans in general tend to think that animals are dumber than us. And I'm just like, that can't be possible when you're depending on them to survive. That cannot be possible. It can't be possible that animals and plants are dumber than us. I'm reading this book now about like, do plants have intelligence? And like, I want to read it because I'm interested in it, but also duh. Do you know how to harness the sun and use it for nutrients? Right? Like, so anyway, I thought it was fascinating that humans were so shocked. Like, oh my God, cows can use tools to scratch themselves. Yeah, if we like what? Anyway, bears use trees to scratch themselves, right? But I don't know. It's just really, really weird to think about that. Also, like horses and their tails. Horses will stand. It's so cool. You can see it. Horses and cows, I think. But horses and cows will stand face like head to butt, essentially, where one horse is facing this way, the other horse is facing that way, so that both of their tails are brushing away the flies in both of their faces. What do you mean are animals smart? It's just the hubris. It's the arrogance. I don't know what other word to use. It's the arrogance of humans to think we are the smartest beings here. You're smart, but you're destroying the land you need to live. You're smart, but you can't think of anything else but money. You're smart, but everything you do brings death and destruction. That's not smart. That's not smart. That's not smart. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about plant and animal kin to really like broaden our understanding and like see the magic in the world around us. And I want to start with sperm whales. So last night I was watching Our Oceans narrated by Barack Obama. And they were talking about sperm whales, and I learned so many things about them, and it had me to research more things about sperm whales. So number one, the earth is alive. Sperm whales, they have the largest brains in the animal kingdom. Sperm whales, so keep this in mind. Sperm whales have the largest brains in the animal kingdom, period, right? That we know of, I guess. That we know of. Okay, sure. And they have an abundance of spindle neurons, right? You don't have to be a neuroscientist because I'm not either. But spindle neurons are dedicated to empathy. Sperm whales are empathetic creatures. And so I want to share what I learned about sperm whales with you. In the video, there's a mother and a baby, and the baby is like, like the mom, I'm hungry, mommy. So the mom has to go below the surface, miles below the surface to go feed. But the baby can't go that deep, that long, right? Because it's a baby sperm whale. So the baby stays with other sperm whales, right? And the sperm whales, you can see them playing with the baby and trying to keep the baby company, like almost how you would if mom had to leave the room and the baby's like, where's mommy, right? And then what do? We all gather around baby and we say, it's okay. Like, oh, what do you want? What do you need? Mommy will be back. Like, mommy will be here. And when mommy sperm whale went to the bottom of the ocean, she was still singing to her baby, so the baby knows that she was always there. It was so sweet. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. And so a thing to know about sperm whales is that they're matriarchal, meaning that women lead the pack. And it's the eldest woman and the most experienced woman who leads the pack, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Because it's everyone's responsibility in the pack to take care of babies. It's everyone's interest and in their best interest to take care of everybody, because imagine that if you take care of everybody, everybody survives. Somehow sperm whales know that and we don't. We're not that smart. We have a lot to learn from our plant and animal kin, right? So anyway, they have the largest brains in the animal kingdom, and they have an abundance of spindle neurons, which lead to empathy, and they give me hope. Humans downplay empathy like it's not smart. We have people, evil people, talking about how empathy is a weakness. We have people talking about how empathy is sinful. Anything to excuse their apathy, anything to excuse their brutal nature, anything to excuse their cruelty and their incompetence, honestly, because you can't be a good person, because you can't be a thoughtful, caring, kind human being. Now you're going to say that everybody, like, oh, in order for me to not be seen as a bad guy, I have to make the good thing bad. Empathy only has net positive effects unless you're being abused, right? By someone who doesn't have empathy. But empathy with empathy, what is wrong with that? So they gave me hope. They gave me hope because even whales know that to be kind is the smartest thing to do. To be kind is the wisest thing to do, the bravest thing to do. Speaking of brave, they risk their own safety to protect injured family. This is what happens under a matriarchy, by the way. Women, children, the elderly, right? The elders, folks who are disabled, right? Because the truth of the matter is, disability does not mean that a person cannot have a full life. It is the access, right? It's accessibility that's a problem. It's not them. They're not the problem. The problem is accessibility and empathy and care, right? This world is not created to be thoughtful of other people and their other abilities. We are inherently selfish and cruel and crude and mean, and we're worse off for it. We're stupid. So anyway, and I'm not we, right? Shout out to Erica De Niro TV. Not we, right? Not us, because we're here. But the people out there really think that empathy is weakness. They really think that empathy is weakness, that pure, brutal strength is what's going to get us anywhere. Let the sperm whales teach, okay? They live in super tight-knit, multi-generational clans and have high level of communication. High level of communication and empathy. There is cooperative care. There is mutual aid. Even learning about orcas. Orcas are also matriarchal, by the way. Okay. We'll probably talk about them next time. But orcas, they share meals. They share meals. It doesn't matter if you weren't able to hunt or if you weren't able to catch your prey, right? Why should you starve when I have food right here? We're both going to eat. Even the animals know. The animals know what humans want to forget. That's compassion and kindness and care. Because humans have been taught that selfishness and greed and violence is somehow more valuable than care and kindness. Yeah. So yes, they have high levels of communication. They teach each other the clicks and the sounds. And I say clicks and sounds because the vocalizations. Thank you. So they teach the babies the vocalizations, and that language carries on. And it's usually the mom giving language to the child. But also the oldest person teaches the culture, teaches like what's appropriate socially and what's not. The male sperm whales, they live in isolation. Like they meet up sometimes for like mating. They stay for a little bit, then they leave. And they leave with other bachelors. But these matriarchal sperm whales, they live long lives. They can live more than 70 years. And you only live that long in community with help. So I love sperm whales. Okay, what else? The oldest and most experienced female whale guides the pods. The pods, that's what they're called, not packs. Pods. um, Collective care. Everyone shares in protecting and feeding the babies. That's everybody's baby, and that makes sense because when we saw the documentary, the baby was like basically crying for its mom. I think it was a he. I think it was a baby him, but a baby whale. But yeah, he was crying for his mommy, and all the sister whales and all the auntie whales and the grandmother whales, like they came around the baby like to swim around him and to play with him and keep him busy while mom was hunting so she could feed her baby. And I just find that so fascinating that even when some would go feeding, there would still be adults that would stay up top with the babies and the injured folks who can't go deep, deep, deep down into the ocean. Oh, so generous and so thoughtful. Yes. So language, hunting techniques, social and cultural behavior are passed from mother to child. And yeah, and they live over 70 years. So yeah, so that was it was fascinating to discover and to research these whales because they're amazing and we have so much to learn. We need to decenter ourselves as human. Decenter humans. Okay? You are not the only person on this earth. You are not the only person with these resources. Also, yeah, and I guess even I was thinking about, I was on my walk and I was seeing the red winter berries. We're not supposed to eat that, right? That's poisonous. But I thought how beautiful it was that, that even though, how humbling it is, fruits don't bear fruit just for you. The tree does not bear fruit just for you. There are other plants and animals that she's trying to feed. And we think this earth is here for us. There are so many other beautiful beings on this planet with so many things to teach us and so much beauty to show us. I just thought that I would share that and hopefully it piqued your interest. But I think that's the whole episode, y'all, of Cozy. Wait, let me do the thing. Hold on. I really love that chime. But I want to share this with you. One of the cards that I pulled this morning says, I'm never going to get it perfect, so I might as well be free. I'm never going to get it perfect, so I might as well be free. And that's what I really want to do this year. I want to practice imperfection. I want to get in the practice of imperfection because the practice of imperfection is the practice of humanity. I am not a machine. I am not perfect. I am a human being. I am Alicia, right? More specifically. I am Alicia, and I can only do what Alicia can do in the way that Alicia can do it. And so if that means that I'm imperfect, then period. Because waiting for perfection, I'll never get anything done. Okay? I'm doing this in a hoodie with my hair, okay? My happy birthday thing. Listen, I'm having a great time with my tea and my heater and my blankie, and my cuddle buddies. But yeah, like I would really want to share that with you. You're never going to get it perfect, so you might as well be free. What would you rather be than perfect? And in Black Girl Creative, this is what we're going to be talking about in the season coming up. So also, if you have questions for Black Girl Creative, please put them below. I'll probably do a different poll about that too. But I really, really want to talk about perfectionism and how aggressively, I was going to say cancerous, but how awful and how harmful perfectionism is. And I really want to share that with you all, that if you don't take nothing else from this, be free. Don't worry about being perfect or good enough. Or wouldn't you rather be free? Wouldn't you rather have fun, right? Wouldn't you rather be healthy? Wouldn't you rather be joyful? If I had to, I really wanted to line myself up with authenticity, but also integrity. That's the word I was looking for. I want to be integral, and me being integral is this. This is who I am. This is who I be. This is what I like. These are things I want to talk about. Not that I wasn't talking about anything before, but I thought that there was no place for this, I guess, because it's not, I don't know. Insert thing here, right? Insert lie here. But like, no, this is my life. This is my life. I want to enjoy it. And I hope that people can enjoy me enjoying my life, as much as I enjoy helping other people or talking to other people or singing to other people, writing to other people, creating for other people. I want to create for myself as well. Like, there's a line in the book, all Black girls are activists, I believe. And so there's a line in the book where the author basically says that she didn't know that the founder of Black Lives Matter was an artist because she had been working so hard, doing good work, right? I'm not saying that the work was bad, but like as Black women, we often spend so much of our time fighting for the things that we deserve and fighting for justice and fighting for everybody else that we forget our joy and all that rage, which is righteous rage, by the way, beautiful rage. We have to remember joy and how joy needs to be married with rage, right? And how rage is beautiful medicine, right? But we don't want to burn ourselves. We want to be healthy. Joy is like that cool. Joy is like that release of all that pressure, right? So while you're doing the work, don't forget to be an artist. Don't forget to laugh. Don't forget to dance. Don't forget to commune. Don't forget what's really important, right? We need you here. Don't be giving yourself out like that and there's none of you left for you, right? There's none of you left even for us. If it costs you your life, it's too expensive. If it costs your health, your well-being, your mental, it's too expensive. And you deserve a cozy, okay? So until next cozy, I hope this was cozy for you. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Thanks for being patient with me. Okay. And thank you so much again to my patrons, to my members, to people who donate, randomly giving me cash apps. Thank you so much to Stephanie Perry and the Vacarians who made this all possible, who made my rest possible. Thank you. To those who watch, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate it all. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay. And happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, Alicia. I'm so happy I get to do life with you. You're amazing. You're smart. You're kind. You're resourceful. You're radiant. You're ambitious. You're funny. You're beautiful. You see the beauty everywhere. And I love that I get to live a life with you. So happy birthday, Alicia. I love you so much. Yay. And shout out to all the Aquariuses. Shout out to all the January babies. We out here. All right. Love y'all. Bye.